Hey guys, it's Thomas48, 12th Man Fan here, and well, I know I'm a little bit late on this one, but the regular season finale at Daytona was a week ago, so finally I'm going to do a recap on it. So the Xfinity Series race, pretty interesting. Congratulations to Jeremy Clements, though we have heard that he will no longer be able to compete in the playoffs as he did not. It wasn't an inspection, but it was like at the R&D center or something where they were like taking a look at the insides of the cars and they found something like, that would get you penalized. So Jeremy Clements gets to keep the win, but he will not make the playoffs. So that kind of sucks for that old team, but hey, at least you get to keep the win. But yeah, now moving on to the Cup Series race. It wasn't on Saturday. It was supposed to be Saturday night, but Mother Nature said otherwise. Overall, the weather at Daytona has just been awful throughout the week. So, yeah, it was moved to a Sunday morning start in our time zone it started around 7 in my time zone, and it started at 10 in Daytona. So, yeah, we go racing, and everything seems to be good so far. I mean, it's a mix of clouds and sunshine. And, yeah, also, before this race, Kurt Busch announced that he would be withdrawing his waiver. He decided to not compete in the playoffs this year. So he decided to drop out. That means 2 spots are left. So if Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Blaney both want to make it, they got to hope that another new winner doesn't happen. But it's Daytona. So, there's a big chance we could see another winner. Anyways, Kyle Larson, he does not start off right. He kind of fell back, had an engine issue. So he fell out of the race early. And then early in the race, Christopher Bell gets sideways, goes into the wall, and we have a caution, and Ryan Blaney is caught up in it. So Ryan Blaney gets caught up in this wreck, and that brings in some playoff implications. So then Joey Logano, he wins stage 1. Not liking it. But anyways, moving on to stage 2, this is where things get a little more wild. We start seeing more wrecks, and also Chase Briscoe in the 14, in that one wreck in the tri-oval, he almost flipped over. He almost did the same flip as Ryan Newman in 2003 at Daytona. So, Ryan Newman's flip in the 2003 Daytona 500, it was almost like something like that. But anyways, yeah, so yeah, that pretty much does it for that. And Martin Truex Jr. was caught up in one of the wrecks that adds more playoff implications. Kyle Busch wins stage 2. And now here's where the race really starts to turn upside down. Now, they're racing with about, I want to say like 22 to go. Somewhere around there. There's a possible chance of weather in the area. Justin Haley and Eric Jones both decide to stay out to try to see if they can get the win with the weather in the area. Try to do that strategy. Unfortunately, it does not work out for Eric Jones like most of the year has gone. Just, it's been nothing but bad luck for that 43 team. So, a pretty fitting way to end his playoff hopes after the season he's had so far. But, yeah. Also, Joey Logano was caught up in that wreck, and he ends up getting stuck. And he does burnouts. That was pretty funny, I'm not going to lie. But now here's where the controversy starts. So, they're racing, right? It's like 22 to go. You're coming to 21 laps to go. And people are seeing that raindrops are starting to come down. And there's no caution. NASCAR is still letting them race. And then all of a sudden, when they enter the corner in turn 1, Justin Haley and Daniel Suarez, they both end up getting a little sideways. And then there goes everywhere. And then everyone just wrecks. And there's the big one. Or I should say, the massive one. But, yeah. And Austin Dillon somehow ends up sneaking through the wreck, along with Austin Cindric. Kevin Harvick almost had it avoided. He had an opening, but that opening soon was gone, and bam, he slams into the pile. But that pretty much just took out almost everyone. We barely had any cars left to compete for the win. And then rain happens, and we go under weather delay for about 2 hours or so. And I end up playing some NASCAR Heat on the Switch, as well as the Nintendo Switch sports game I got for my birthday. I played a little bit of that. And then I also finished the Paw Patrol Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay game. I finally beat that game, so that's great. But then after that, I saw that the race was on, so I turned it on, and there was about like 15 to go or so. And Austin Cindric was leading until Austin Dillon. I mean, honestly, can you really blame Austin Dillon for trying to move Cindric like that? I mean, it's for a playoff win. I mean, Dillon did what he had to do to win. And in this playoff system, that's the kind of racing you're going to get. And plus, there was barely anyone near him. I mean, it was a clear opening for Austin Dillon. I mean, there was only like a couple cars left. So, I mean, take it or leave it. But anyways, Austin Dillon, he gets past Austin Cindric. He gets the lead, and his teammate Tyler Reddick is right behind him in second. But we had a lot of underdogs out front, too. We had Landon Castle for Spire Motorsports. We had Noah Gregson for Beard Motorsports, running part-time in that entry at the super speedways. And then Wickware Racing, David Reagan and freaking Cody Ware. Like, wow, that's unbelievable. But anyways, white flag flies. Austin Dillon keeps the lead. Cody Ware makes his way up into third. And Cody could have had a chance to win if Austin Cindric didn't jump to the top lane. He could have had a chance, but Cindric backed out. Cody had no help. And Austin Dillon went on to win the Coke Zero Sugar 400. The delayed Coke Zero Sugar 400, I should say. To grab a playoff spot. And out of Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr., the driver that makes it is Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney grabs the final spot, and Martin Truex Jr. officially eliminated from the playoffs. And yeah, here goes a lot of people rioting on Twitter because Martin Truex Jr., he was a top 5 driver. He was like top 5 in the regular season standings, and he doesn't make the playoffs. And here goes a lot of the people on Twitter saying how stupid this playoff format is and how they want the old Winston Cup format back. But honestly, it's Twitter. It's honestly expected. Anything, like if it exists on Twitter, people are always going to argue over it. That's just Twitter itself. But yeah, a lot of people don't like this format, but I mean, I'm okay with it if it's done right and if it ends good and if it like actually creates some good entertaining stuff, then I'm okay with it, but I think a lot of us would prefer a regular point system like other motorsports, but I don't think NASCAR is going to do that. They're probably just going to keep this format till the end of time. But anyways, yeah, Austin Dillon's in the playoffs. And now as for how far he goes, I'm going to say round of 16 or round of 12. That's probably the farthest he'll go. A lot of people are saying he'll be a round of 16 exit, but I think maybe he could make it to the round of 12. He could. I mean, you take a look what happened in the playoffs in 2020. He absolutely did great in the first round, but then he kind of fell off in the second round. So I think that might be the same thing that happens, but we'll just have to wait and see. And it is late by the time I'm recording this, so I think it's time that we wrap this up. So next up is the playoff race at Darlington, and the NFL season will be starting up next week. So, of course, you can expect the NFL week-to-week predictions with the little mini helmets I have up there. But, yeah, anyways, that's going to do it for this one. So, with that said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!